Well, greetings, Four Color fans, and welcome back here to MetaRock's channel. And today, got probably a short video. I just thought that I would showcase, no pun intended, as this is first one is the showcase, DC Showcase 74, but Anthro. They have very few appearances, not someone that I hear many talking about, maybe for good reason, because he appeared very few times pre-crisis and just a few times post. So, but I'm going to be covering his pre-crisis appearances here, which are really in two different titles. He did appear in the actual Crisis of Infinite Earths. I don't think he even had a speaking part. He just sort of got transported to 30th century, as again almost every DC character did during that series. But let's talk about his introduction here in showcase number 74. This was a kind of a one-man job. Howie Post did the writing and the art. The exception is the last issue of the series, but we will get to that very soon. Kind of an unusual type of character and series for DC at this time. Well, maybe not. I mean, they did do a lot of kind of funky stuff in Showcase when you consider things like Jason's Quest, Manhunter 2070, I think it's called, Nightmaster. The characters that didn't really fit the DC mold at the time. They were trying to start some new genres and series and so forth. But Anthro, although I enjoyed it at some level, I could sort of tell, although obviously I didn't buy this off the rack. I've got this much later on, probably during the 80s. I could tell that it was kind of limited in the storytelling elements or possibilities, shall we say. So Anthro is essentially the first Cro-Magnon, or the first boy on Earth, as juxtaposed with Commandy, who was the last boy on Earth. So that came several years later. This is cover dated May 1968. And he was the, Cro-Magnon. In other words, he looked more like a modern human. They used tools. They lived in caves. They were, again, they were such they lived in caves, but would move nomadically depending upon if they needed new hunting grounds, or if environmental factors like that erupting volcano, things like that, right? At least that's that's what Howie Post wrote here. I mean, others may think differently, and history may consider that not the case at all. But as you see, his father down here has a more Neanderthalic look, bigger, kind of rounded face, kind of more apish, for lack of a better term, right? Although obviously not an ape. The apes were around at this point here as well. So he was he was the son of one of the tribal leaders. I think his name was Niar. He was part of the Bear tribe, and his mother was part of the Horse tribe. So somehow they got together, and I forgot exactly how. I think his father got thrown out of his tribe or something like that. He had a little brother named Lart, and his mother was Emba, I think. Not too sure. And obviously you can see that in the area he lived, they were woolly mammoths, and that lady up here, I believe, is Embra, which is his intended, will be, exactly. Strange things, it says down here, could it be you? Well, I don't know. That's kind of an odd phrase to put down there. That is the title, I guess, of the story. Another odd thing is that this was the only showcase, and again, cover dated May 1968, and then his own series started July-August 1968, right here. So somebody thought that this had legs on DC and went, to its own series. I doubt they would have had a lot of time there to see what kind of sales it was, etc. But it is what it is. Kind of a cool logo up here, Anthro. Again, it looks like it's kind of stone cut there. And again, Howie Post art here, Battle of the Sexes. I believe this is where Anthro first, or not first, maybe it was 74, but starts making designs to have this lady, I think it's Embra, as his mate, but there are issues there because it's from another tribe, and you can see there he has some kind of rudimentary knife there, and obviously that wolf, I believe that wolf maimed his brother, and so that was part of the storyline. So that's Anthro number 1, again from July, August 1968. And here we have number 2. And I do believe that is his brother Lart down there, where you can see his leg is bandaged. And again, they supposedly, this type of early man had, used tools like that double-bitted kind of stone axe that Anthro is working there. Obviously, there's a crutch there. And there are some apes that are attacking them for some reason. I forgot exactly why. Okay, here we go to number 3. What evil lurks outside? I think at that time there was a lot of wolves and apex predators around, obviously, that they had to take care of. There you can see some spears. They had fire. Again, a more advanced time, I guess, for humans here. I do believe at this time that they had to move out of the caves because of that eruption or some kind of, there was some reason that they had to move out of the caves and be more nomadic. Here I think this is where they start Anthro first encounters civilization, a city of some sort, city of flames, I want to say, something like that. I haven't read these in many years, so forgive me. And that is Lart up there, and for whatever reason they thought that he would be a leader or something, and then that lady is the opposing political force at the time, and that's Anthro trying to save him. Again, I think that's the way this goes. I mean, again, you can see that the stories would be limited, right? Because mostly they're just surviving at this point, and so there's not a whole lot of different civilizations and so forth. It's again a very limited type of atmosphere for stories, but I did enjoy these because they are, again, quite different from everything else at the time that I remember DC having. Here, of course, River of No Return. Obviously, you have that big bear. I think maybe somewhere in here is where he meets the bear tribe, which was his father's old tribe. And then here, he finally wants to marry Embra, and I think the leader of the tribe said you can't marry her because her older sister has to be married first, and so she got married. But then now this lady says that she, I guess there's some kind of ritual where if you defeat the intended, that you get to marry the guy, and I won't spoil it, but it ends in a draw, and I'll just leave it there. Right. So that's the end of the actual Anthro's series there from August. I guess that's 1969. And again, he didn't appear anywhere else until Showcase 100, which is back now in the 70s. 77, I want to say, somewhere in there. And again, just he had a small bit part in there. His father was there. Everybody who ever appeared in Showcase up to 100 appeared in this issue. So that's why he appeared in there. But really, once this last Anthro issue, that's the only issue that really, that really advanced him as a character. These are just little cameos. And again, the same thing with Crisis on Infinite Earths. So that's it. I just thought I'd do a short video and let you know about Anthro, show you the covers and his appearances, just in case you're interested. Again, I think it's a really kind of unique situation, character, and case study, I suppose, of the man at that time. But and the art is okay, but not the best, most interesting stuff overall. To me it is, but I'm quirky that way. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. Less than 10 minutes. Be kind to each other, be blessed, and be back.